Hello everyone. Hi everybody. It's Dr. K here for our Sunset Musings. Today is really windy, so I don't actually know if you can hear me okay. I just want to share the sun with you. It looks beautiful. It's hidden, unfortunately, not behind the clouds, but as you probably all know and heard of, something called the chemtrails. Ooh, it's sideways crooked. How about that? I'll just turn it upside down for you. That's interesting. Oh, this is good. It's hidden behind chemtrails. You see, like the sky is kind of full of them today for some reason. Some days it's a little bit more than others. As you know, unfortunately, we are spraying things into the atmosphere. One is to change the weather patterns, a lot of other things, but it does affect the sun. The sun is actually, we don't see the sun anymore as we used to, or wherever there were maybe no humans on planet Earth yet. The sun was so much brighter and really yellow. Now it's really more white throughout the day, and partially it has to do with what we have actually sprayed into our atmosphere. So I just need to know, guys, if this is worth it for you with the wind for me talking and telling you things, or if it's better. Hello, Mary. Tell me how the wind is, if that is going to be bothersome today, or if I can share a few things with you once the sun sets. I'll wait to hear from you, okay? I saw the most beautiful hedgehog cactus today. I can hear you. It's fine. Thank you so much. Hedgehog cactus have purple flowers. It was unfortunately closing a little bit because the sun is setting. But when I catch it in its prime, I'll send you guys pictures. It's this deep purple, and it's called hedgehog cactus. Do you ever wonder how we come up with names like this? Amazing. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath for the sun. Thank you, sun. Thank you, another day. Thank you, Mary, for coming to join me. I'm so happy. You make my day every time showing up like this. Are you somewhere where you can view the sun yourself? Sometimes it's harder with the buildings and everything like that. It's amazing, it starts setting later and later, and then in Arizona we get to about 7:20. Okay, I see. Yeah, I know it's harder to see it from places, but it's worth it. And then at about 7:20 it's the latest, and then we stay at 7:20 for a little bit, and then we start going back. Changes almost 2 hours from winter to summer. In Europe, the sun in the winter sets at about 4:20, and then the summer at 9:20 or 9:30. Isn't that amazing? I mean, they have a time change and everything. So right now you still see on the camera a little bit the sun there, but the sun actually has gone behind the clouds already, even though it's looking like it's still there. Oh, goodbye, sun. All right, beautiful. That was nice. I'm so glad you came to enjoy it. I have a few things I want to share with you today, and then I'll show you the sky as we go. One, I saw this amazing cactus in the back there, and I'll show you again. When cactus and Palo Verde trees, they grow together. So what happens when a baby cactus comes up, it's protected. It comes up under the Palo Verde tree, and it's actually protected by the tree. Nobody stomps on it, and animals don't go, and mostly cows in cow areas that would be the protection. And then what happens when the cactus grows tall enough, it starts taking water from the Palo Verde tree, and unfortunately, because the roots are higher, it takes all the water for the tree. So the tree that protected it kind of eventually gives its life for the cactus. Isn't that amazing? That's called symbiosis in nature. That's what I was talking about, our microbiome, in our gut. But the thing that I want to share with you today, and it's just I feel inspired to do that for many reasons, and you may or may not be interested in this, but in the big picture, it comes, here it is, you guys. see if you can see it. So there's a little baby saguaro right in front, right here. Oh, and then there's two big guys behind it. I don't know if you can see that. And they're literally, you see, they're growing into the tree. It's amazing. So the tree still has enough water, and so has the cactus, but eventually the tree will not have because the roots are deep. But isn't that beautiful? When I see like a baby saguaro, I'll show you, but this one is so cute. I love the saguaros. What I have experienced lately, I want to share this with you because it has to do with the big picture of the vaccine and the COVID and everything. You know, I have, again, if the wind gets tough, let me know, I'll turn, because I know it's a little bit of a one way versus the other. I'll stand behind these saguaros and there you go. So what I have noticed, and this is something that I really am working on, I have seen more patients from the Hispanic community lately. And here's what I am starting to see. We have done ultrasound and we have done liver enzymes for a lot of them. And I am seeing that about 8 or 9 out of 10 have something called steatosis of the liver, which is basically fatty liver. But that condition happens when our body is not able to process and break down fats, and then it affects the liver. It stores it in the liver, it stores it everywhere else in the body, but it starts affecting the functions of the liver, and eventually it could get pretty bad, and eventually the final stage is cirrhosis, which hopefully not everybody will get to. But the idea is, I have seen as young as a 22-year-old had a severe steatosis from this community. And I am kind of starting to put together, you know, few dots here. And as you know me, I always like to look at the bigger picture and what's going on underneath. And remember, with this COVID, there's two communities that have been really affected. The African American community, and I don't have enough patients to kind of see what is going on there. But just recently, I have really starting to, and I'm sending everybody who I have, I'm sending for abdominal ultrasound, whether they have symptoms or not. And I'm seeing some eye-opening results, really, and that is that the liver of somebody who has fatty liver is not 100% functioning. And what that means for our era right now with this COVID is we absolutely need our liver to help us fight virus. So if our liver is somehow compromised, if it's dealing with other things, that means I don't have enough capacity to fight any kind of pathogen, including COVID-19. And as you know, the Hispanic community has been more affected, quite, you know, on a larger scale. And I suspect that this is one of the reasons, and that again takes us to the big picture. Yes, it has to do with diet. Yes, it has to do with probably different, you know, sources of income, having to buy different foods, probably cheaper foods, less quality foods. Also, there's some genetic aspect where maybe the fats that we are using are not being able to be processed by the organism as easily. But the bigger picture, you guys, is wow, that takes us back to what is our body like internally makes a big difference with what we can deal with externally, including this virus. And I'm going to do more investigation on this. I'm going to do more testing. I'm going to really gather some dietary things. But this is a big deal. This is not just 2 people. This is, you know, like 15, 20 people, that more even, that I'm seeing, that is really eye-opening for me. So again, that brings us back to our theory. It has to do so much with the terrain and not with the external things. So again, what we're doing with this vaccine, and I know, Mary, high five here, and thank you for the encouragement there and the note. I appreciate that. But does it make sense what I'm saying? Like, this is, again, it takes us back to the vaccine is great, you know, and at this point, it's like, we'll get vaccinated, we won't get half of the population, half of the population won't. But the big picture is we're covering up the bigger underneath, the bigger problem, and one of it is the environment. And is how we are treating our organism and how we're taught to affect our body, and that is not even being put out there. So again, I'm seeing this firsthand once again, like so many other things. I want to show you this cactus that just showed up, this hedgehog. It's a baby one. It has a tiny flower. It's closing, but you can sort of see it. So hang in there, hang in there. Ah, you can see it. There it is. Tiny little one. It usually is, you can really see it this deep. Ow, that's pretty sharp. But it's such a nice deep. Oh, pretty nice deep purple. All right, this is a baby hedgehog, really small one. But yeah, I wanted to put it out there for you because it goes hand in hand with everything we have been sharing. Remember our microbiome. I just talked to a patient today, and it's the same thing. You know, our environment starts in our mouth, and then when we don't have a healthy environment, so much can happen with our teeth and our dental work and everything else that's needed that just causes so many other problems. But the idea, we start in our mouth, and so taking probiotics is great. That really helps us, you know, put some good probiotic microbiome into our gut. But starting here, when we chew really well and really slow, it helps. When we start eating fermented foods, it really helps. You know, like kimchi or sauerkraut, even kombucha. It's nice to kind of swish it around a little bit. But everything comes down to the internal environment and supporting everything we have talked about, you guys. It's the truth, and I will share more about it. I'll do a big Facebook Live on that once I have a little bit more data. But right now, just want to let you know we're right on track. You know, healing the body from the inside out, taking care of the terrain, taking care of the microbiome. We're actually taking care of the body that can then help us and save us from any pathogen. So at that point, the vaccine is actually not even needed, and that's a nice place to be. So I will leave you with that. The clouds, or the chemtrails rather, they always at least light up nicely. Ooh, there it is. Hope everything made sense today. If you have any questions, feel free to post it for me. As you know, I'm available for you. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll do a little shorter one because it is, at least on my end, is really windy. It looks like you guys are good. But somebody asked me again how to do the chaparral. And I'll just share that with you real quick because here's one that still has flowers. If you guys just go anywhere for a hike, you're going to see this plant. Looks about like this. It still has yellow flowers on and the buds. All you need is literally, let me show you because I'll make a tea shortly. Like this of a fresh one is all you need to put in your, not much more. And when it's dry, it's even stronger. So even like half of that. But that's all you need in 1 cup. And you put hot water over it, put some lemon, and that's it. It'll taste really nice. Otherwise, if you put too much, it's very bitter. Okay? All right, you guys, enjoy. Again, let me know. I'm sending one to somebody today. We actually just sent it out. So that is available while it's still blooming. At any given point is great, really. But if you want some bloom, I'm happy to send it to you. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful evening. Enjoy the day. Bye, and thank you for coming. Blessings.